Tzu Chi recycling station in Malaysia has reopened after 3 months of closure. Physically challenged students travel around Taiwan riding on handcycles. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. As Malaysia eases its movement control order, a Tzu Chi recycling station has reopened after being closed for more than 3 months. Before the recycling station reopened, Tzu Chi volunteers went to disinfect the area, making sure the environment is safe for recycling volunteers. On the day of reopening, many people brought recyclables to the recycling station. Let's take a look. As the authorities eased the movement control order, this Tzu Chi recycling station could finally reopen after it closed down on March 17th.
今天是第一天开幕了。
这些东西你存了多久啊？
存了超过3个月。
For more than a month, when I brought recyclables here last time, the place was closed.
The recycling station has resumed its operation. Volunteers have waited for 3 months for this day.
I feel very joyful today. During the movement control order period, we could not do recycling. Now that the operation has resumed, we can continue to do recycling.
The recycling station gives us the opportunity to give of ourselves. It is similar to going out to work. When the time arrives, we return home.
77-year-old Li Su has contacted Tzu Chi volunteers upon hearing that the recycling station has reopened.
At home, I feel very bored, not knowing what to do. I am very happy that I can come here to serve. I am happy to see these old friends.
Before the recycling station reopens, volunteers have done epidemic prevention work.
We have come to do some cleaning and disinfecting. We follow the SOP and draw the boxes to maintain social distancing.
喷一些消毒液了。
We spray some disinfectant and disinfect the resources that came from different places. To be honest, we do not know what is hidden in these resources.
资源会有些什么在里面？
Taking epidemic preventative measures, the volunteers can joyfully do recycling to protect the environment. There doesn't seem to be an end to COVID-19 just yet, and healthcare workers do need PPEs to keep themselves safe. Myanmar Tzu Chi volunteers have sent supplies to 4 local hospitals in need of such supplies. They hope the medical staff may see patients and do not have to worry.
COVID-19 is still going strong, and in Myanmar, Tzu Chi volunteers are ensuring local healthcare workers are being taken care of.
When we receive patients who have returned from overseas or other suspected patients, we need PPE for protection. In facing the shortage in these medical supplies, we're glad to receive Tzu Chi's donation, which will help us dedicate our training without worry.
In Okang Hospital, hospital beds are laid out in an open space without dividers. Thus, PPE helps give healthcare workers a level of protection.
We saw on Facebook some company were looking to donating some supplies, so we quickly asked them for a donation. Now we have Tzu Chi's PPE donation. We have a more complete set of protective supplies, so we can treat patients with ease.
Tzu Chi volunteers also seize the chance to promote the kindness of saving a handful of rice a day whenever the opportunity arises.
Tzu Chi volunteers also share with the healthcare workers about saving a handful of rice a day, and vegetarianism when we distribute supplies to the hospital.
Yannanar Hospital has worked with Tzu Chi every 3 months since 2009 in going to remote countryside to do cataract surgeries for the impoverished. Thus, the volunteers don't forget to show them some care.
During the COVID-19 period, we still come into contact with patients, and when we see the patient without a mask, we'll provide one for them. We're very lucky to have received Tzu Chi's donation. Thank you for this kindness.
Only when healthcare workers are protected on the job can COVID prevention really take place.
Due to the pandemic, the lockdown in Ecuador has been extended. Many families have no income and they're facing a shortage of food. City volunteers have been distributing food bags since April. A total of nearly 6,000 families have already received the supplies. Here's more.
As the pandemic continues to worsen in Central and South America, the Ecuadorian government has extended their lockdown. Each family is only allowed to head out to buy daily supplies twice a week. Impoverished families are facing a shortage of food. Therefore, Tzu Chi volunteers distributed bags of food consisting of 8 items, including rice, noodles, cornstarch, cooking oil, etc. For those who are unable to collect it, volunteers send the bags right to their doorstep.
My duty is to distribute the bags of food I serve with what I can to help the community residents.
Thank you, Tzu Chi, for distributing the bags of food. It enables us to fill our stomachs during this hard time.
Volunteers took the opportunity to promote vegetarianism with the poster made by themselves. They have also delivered the Master's blessing letter to the local residents.
I'm very thankful to receive the aid supplies. It's Tzu Chi who helped us during the times of need. Tzu Chi volunteers has helped our community, and I think they have done a very good job.
The Bamboo Bank era story has inspired the locals, helping them understand that they too can help others with love.
In Taiwan City University, students of the Child and Family Studies Department visited seniors at a Catholic church. They have designed a bunch of activities they can enjoy together.
The stable seniors is playing a game of memory to match pictures. It's a fun game for both their brain and eyes.
It's the picture game and everyone wants to match it. It's quite exciting and fun to match the right one.
At the other table, the students have designed a tangram contest to see which senior can piece together the shape the fastest.
Alzheimer's is a serious disease. We hope to use memory games to stimulate and exercise their brain. This helps to test their memory and also they can move their fingers a bit.
Besides the activities people must eat, during the 3 days of camp, the university students prepared a menu for each day, prepped the ingredients and cooked the meal, ensuring everyone had a delicious yet nutritious meal.
We started preparing at 6:30 in the morning. There are 5 of us and we are preparing for 35 people. We also asked a dietitian to look at our menu. During the meal, we'll inform the seniors what nutritional values are in the food they are currently eating.
On the 3rd day of camp, indigenous specialties are prepared, with seniors and students being chef and sous chef respectively, working together to make a delicious meal.
At home, it's just one person doing the cooking. Today, I'm cooking with the kids. It's fun. Things I don't know, they will teach me, and vice versa. We help one another.
The 3 days spent with the seniors was time well spent, as both sides learned from one another. This good time will sure to last in everyone's memory.
City volunteers have been caring for seniors at a nursing home in Guangdong. They also share their concepts about environmental protection and vegetarianism with the seniors. Now they even lead the seniors to do recycling. Not only do the seniors collect recyclables for the volunteers, they also sort recyclables under a big tree. The volunteers keep their promise. In a short while, the seniors are seated in the square. Disassemble and fold the cardboard boxes. Sort the bottles and plastic items. Volunteers share their knowledge about different plastic bags. Dongguan City volunteers have come to Sendo nursing home to visit the seniors and promote environmental protection. The seniors no longer sit under the tree idly. They've learned to cherish the earth. In the afternoon, the sunlight shines through the tree branches. The seniors are seizing their time to protect the environment. According to statistics, Taiwanese will use 8 billion paper lunch boxes a year. In order to make these items waterproof and heat-resistant, items such as paper lunch boxes are usually covered with a thin plastic film. This makes it difficult to recycle them. Follow our report as we learn more.
Hundreds of tons of recycled paper form shapes like a snow-covered mountain piled up in this warehouse. Generally, recycled paper like newspapers can be made into cartons, and corrugated paper can be made into corrugated cartons, but paper containers and office waste paper now has a new use.
White paper that comes to the factory that is usually classified as waste and can be turned into added value products are usually instead incinerated. So our company had an idea to do something more environmentally friendly and make eco-friendly toilet paper.
This is a layer of plastic film on the paper used to make a lunchbox. It is not easy to recycle and it is difficult to reuse. However, Chenlong Paper Factory uses a special machine to effectively separate the pulp and plastic, these recycled lunchboxes. It is one of only 2 paper factories that can handle these recycled lunchboxes. After the pulp is de-inked, it is floated, cleaned, and washed, with white raw pulp being ultimately obtained.
We use this high-density machine, which relies on centrifugal force, to separate heavier items, which enter this glass tube. Paper pulp is lighter and will float to the top, and this is where we take it from.
Ink and impurities are separated by these machines, and the recycled garbage eventually becomes clean white pulp, which was then dried and cut, turning the paper into a paper roll.
Behind me, you can see toilet paper made from recycled paper pulp. It is about 1,000 kilograms or about 1 metric ton. This can be made into 100 boxes of toilet paper or about 7,200 packages of toilet paper that we use.
After cutting and packaging, a package of household toilet paper is ready for a shipment. Environmentally friendly toilet paper from recycled sources such as lunchboxes are very well received in Europe and America. The market they account for is more than 50%. And in Japan is as high as 65%. In contrast, Taiwan is only 5%, which is quite low. Why aren't Taiwan consumers willing to accept toilet paper made from recycled sources like lunchboxes?
There are larger fluctuations in virgin pulp, and international prices can be from $1,000 to $3,000. If we use native pulp to make toilet paper and single-use disposable products, this is not environmentally friendly or good for our entire planet. If we recycle resources, we can save 2,000 trees.
Recycled pulp is de-inked and sterilized at a high temperature of 400 degrees. The pulp recovered from the recycled material is like new pulp. But because of public perception problems, the public still resists recycled products. Taiwan manufacturers still use this kind of pulp to make cardboard boxes.
那个便当盒呢或咖啡杯。
Using used lunch boxes or coffee cups, we can make this type of paper which is thicker, which can be put in the middle for separation, to make consumers feel more comfortable.
这样子，对，那这个就民众就比较不会有担心。
Disposable toilet paper, if made from recycled paper pulp, every 100 metric tons of recycled paper pulp can make 66 metric tons of recycled toilet paper, which is equivalent to cutting 2,000 fewer trees. According to MOEA data, in 2018, the amount of paper food containers sold were 6.6 billion. This was just the amount made by legal entities. However, public acceptance of environmentally friendly toilet paper made from recycled lunchboxes has only a 5% market share, is quite low. This shows that it's not easy for manufacturers to promote their product, but on the other hand, it shows that there is unlimited room in the market for the development of environmentally friendly toilet paper.
It's the graduation season. Kaohsiung Wufu Elementary School students use their creativity to turn recycled materials into memorable gifts to leave their memories and appreciations on the campus. Let's take a look.
Wuzhou Temple's dragon chair sits on the campus solemnly.
原本要做神家，变成龙椅，想要龙成功，就莫名其妙就变成龙椅。要不要回来拍婚纱？不会啊，不够漂亮。不够漂亮。收集纸、泡水、打纸浆，然后到完成品。 都非常好玩。
Students collected a large amount of recycled paper as materials for paper glue. Some weren't happy about people's littering on the basketball court, so they made a recycling basket.
体验就是上篮然后投进的那个感觉。环保的观念加上我们体育的专长融合在一起，有好好丢垃圾的观念。
What is everyone's dream after they graduate?
它的名字叫逐梦休息站。 摸一下之后，你的梦想就会成真。
The piece got a long name, which shows the children's creativity. Nonetheless, their idol on campus is him.
The coach is a bit choppy, but he's very respectable.
The coach's serious look has the warning effect to keep students away from the dangerous zone on campus.
We reminded the children to beware of their safety and look both up and down, otherwise they will get injured.
The left-hand side is an arrow, and downstairs is a dream equipment room.
These pieces were all placed with particular designs.
The three characteristics of public arts are publicity, interactions, and artistry. Children must observe the needs on our campus, and you will find that the location they were placed are just perfect, as if it's designed specially for this piece.
The graduating class of Wufu Elementary School had spent a semester turning their memories and dreams into creative gifts to give thanks to their beloved school.
In Taichung, there's a group of physically and mentally challenged college students who wanted to travel around Taiwan. To achieve this dream, they did physical training for a month. They did an island-wide trip riding on handcycles. Along the way, they also volunteered at a nursing home and cleaned up a beach. 13 physically and mentally challenged students from Hongguang University do warm-ups before they start their island-wide trip. They ride on handcycles crossing the big bridge.
Before we ride the hand cycles, we need to protect ourselves against exposure to sun. Along our way, the sunlight will shine on us.
People's cheers have supported them to endure the high temperature. They're divided into 3 rotating teams, and every day they move forward for about 50 to 70 kilometers.
I felt the excitement of the wind blowing at us at the area that connects Taidong with Hualien. There are many uphill and downhill slopes.
To challenge themselves, they formed a team to travel around the island riding handcycles. A month before they take off, they went through special training to strengthen their upper body muscle.
We did training with elastic bands or back exercises.
The students adjusted their riding time according to the weather. Taking off in the early morning, they went to a nursing home to serve the seniors when it got very hot during mid-noon. In addition, they also head to the beach to clean up garbage. Doing good deeds while traveling around the island, in 8 days and 7 nights, they achieved their goal.
I finally achieved a dream. I did not cry at the time, but I felt really happy and joyful.
Can you imagine being a fitness trainer and suddenly losing the ability to use your lower body and could only get around using a wheelchair? This kind of drastic change is not something everyone can withstand. Next, we'll meet a young fitness trainer who went through that. At the peak of his career, he got into a car accident and became paralyzed from the waist down. However, with the support of his family, his workplace, and co-workers, he's able to return to the job he loves.
Using all his might to move himself from the wheelchair to the mat on the floor, Miles is doing what seems like simple stretching. But it's actually a move that he's had to overcome so much to achieve.
I'm not as agile as I was before I got hurt, so I just try to use whatever strength I have left to the best of my ability.
A year ago, Miles was a fitness trainer, but he got into a vehicular accident and damaged his spine, which caused him to be paralyzed from the waist down. His hand mobility has also been hindered.
It's all thanks to my mom. She would help me stretch each day. We might do this 3 times a day, all to prevent joint atrophy.
Miles comes from a single-parent family, and he had lost hope initially when he got hurt. But when he saw how dedicated his mother was at his recovery, Miles regrouped his mindset with his mother's affirmation.
She said to me, "You'll always be my darling son, and I hope you can continue bravely living your life."
After regaining some use of his physical strength, Miles also looked to return to his old workplace. The fitness center redesigned Miles' job and asked him to do such work as administrative tasks and planning schedules. The company also installed some barrier-free space according to the Labor Department's suggestions.
We have a lift, so now Miles can come home and go as he pleases, no problem.
With the support of his family, co-workers, and friends, Miles can now face any challenges that may come his way in life.
Have you heard that pacifier usage will cause your baby to have protruding front teeth? Let's see what the dentists have to say.
When a baby cries, the pacifier can immediately soothe the baby. However, have you heard that a reliance on the pacifier can cause the front teeth to protrude or bite and jaw alignment problems?
I have not heard pacifiers will cause protruding teeth because my child used the pacifiers and don't have that dental problem.
The way how our teeth are laid out is related to how our oral cavity, facial muscle, and tongue is placed. The pacifier is an obstacle, so it might cause a teeth to protrude.
Using a pacifier doesn't mean the baby's front teeth will protrude, but the longer and more frequent the child uses the soother, the more effect it's bound to have on the jaw and bite alignment. Taiwan's Dental Association recommends pacifier usage be limited to newborns of 3 or 4 weeks old to babies about 1 year old.
If a pacifier is used before 3, it's probably harmless. But if the child does not give up the pacifier and reaches 8 years old, it might misalign the bone structure, and that becomes a problem.
If protruding front teeth becomes severe, dental problems can arise, such as periodontal disease, cavities, bite and jaw alignment problems, and facial bone development issues. If your child suffers from severe protruding front teeth, dentists recommend getting a consultation to work on fixing the dental problem. Seizing the golden treatment period is the best way to maintain healthy oral hygiene.
In Malaysia, Father's Day falls on the 3rd Sunday in June. Students from Tzu Chi International School express their love for fathers through distance learning. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.